Brother Thomas, you're not yourself! Let the boy go! Immediately!
I'm not Thomas anymore. As Thomas, I can merely kill them one after another. I am Berserk now. I'll take all of you with me. Together with me, you'll learn what hellfire is.
Thomas?
Huh?
As you like fire so much, let's see what it does to the book you've set your heart on.
No! No! Ah!
What a horrible death!
That was the last in a series of macabre deeds. But they're finally over with now. What the devil is this?
Master?
I don't know what satanic power enabled you to escape from burning at the stake, but I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
No, he's innocent. I saw the whole thing.
We all saw it, Nazario. Didn't you hear the words that leapt out of Thomas's mouth? He's your killer! He is responsible for the murders!
Do you believe that, Brother Marcello?
Come, my esteemed abbot. Faith cannot be placed in one who has been possessed by the devil. Thomas was possessed by evil, and evil always attempts to deceive us with fallacies and lies.
And without a doubt, this is a major deception. Thomas cannot be guilty of Anselmo's death. We all know that he wasn't at the Abbey at the time of death.
That's bad news for you, isn't it?
I beg your pardon?
Speak clearly, Brother Leonardo.
I'd be glad to. If I were him, if your community were to accept that Thomas had killed Anselmo, that would let you off the hook completely.
Are you insinuating that I...
Brothers, Secundo was the one who cut the rope to the censer that killed Anselmo.
Me? Me? But why should I do away with Anselmo?
It's true that you had no motive for doing away with Anselmo. But Anselmo wasn't alone.
What?
You planned it carefully. You knew the abbot frequently took walks to the crypt and back. One day, the rope holding the censer would break, and the abbot would be the victim of a tragic accident. Wasn't that the plan? So you used one of Nicholas's tools, a pair of hedge clippers for Arcadio, who had ordered them and never received them. You went to work on slitting through the rope, but it was stronger than you had thought. The clippers were damaged, and it took you a few seconds longer to cut clean through. As a consequence, the abbot was able to step back in time, and that fatal coincidence led to the censer falling on poor Anselmo.
You have no proof. No proof at all.
But you also knew that Nicholas is very conscientious. It didn't take long for him to notice the clippers were missing, and you couldn't put them back where they came from. At least, not until you had repaired the damage. So you sent Nicholas off to get charcoal outside the Abbey. Now that Nicholas was gone after some makeshift repairs, you put them back in their place. But as you were coming out of the smithy, I spotted you.
That is a lie. What a huge falsehood.
No, it's true. Segundo didn't fix the clippers. He had me do the work. Now I understand why he wanted to keep it a big secret.
Now you'll believe what Egidio says too? When he has told you his story, you'll see that you cannot put any faith in him. He and Leonardo are accomplices.
Leonardo, please continue.
With the greatest of pleasure, Father. Segundo logically would have been the next in line to become abbot. We mustn't forget that he has very influential friends. In said position, with the languages he's mastered, under the protection of that self-same Nazario with the knowledge that the library contains, I don't know the limits of his ambition, but it would have been easy for him to attain a cardinal's mitre. And from there, it's only one step to the Holy See.
A pack of lies! This is ridiculous!
And believe me, it wouldn't have bothered him a bit to do away with anyone who stood in his way, even if the situation had dealt with one of his masters. Keep talking. Once your plan failed and the abbot commissioned me with the investigation here, You applied pressure so that Nazario would come as soon as possible, because you knew he would try to get me out of the picture. What you weren't aware of is that Nicholas guessed what had happened to the Clippers. He found it strange that of all days, you had chosen that one to send him out to get charcoal for no reason at all. The barrel of charcoal at the entrance to the smithy is still sealed, because Nicholas still has his old one, which is almost full.
That's true.
What's more, we know that on several occasions Nicholas had advised you to replace the rope holding the sensor with a chain, for greater safety. You turned him down time and again. Nicholas drew his own conclusions from that and became suspicious of you.
Yes, Nicholas came to me last night and asked if he could talk with me. He wanted to warn me about a person whom I trust. But in light of the course events had taken, I thought he meant you, Brother Leonardo.
No. Nicholas suspected that Segundo had something to do with Anselmo's death. Segundo realized that, so he decided to do something about it. If he were able to kill Nicholas and have the blame placed on me, the blacksmith would have been silenced, Segundo would have been rid of me, and what's even better, Nazario would have thought that much better of him. Once I was out of the game, he could have killed the abbot and accused Nazario of negligence and incompetence for not finding the culprit. Perhaps these are all merely presumptions. Handing over the wrong culprit to the emperor, taking Nazario's place, and who knows what else.
Aha. Have you any proof?
I have some. After Vespers, Segundo bought me a glass and a piece of parchment. Then he instructed me to get rid of them. But here they are, Reverend Abbot.
A glass of aconite and the prescription from Eladio, made out to Segundo's name and signed by him. Quite an eloquent twist, I'd say.
I beg you, most illustrious Reverend. Are you going to believe these heresies? This is ridiculous. We should be passing judgment on him for heresy and condemn him.
Brother Segundo, you shall be banned from this abbey, and I am going to personally request that you be excommunicated.
You can't do that. Are you really going to believe some stranger? After all the things we've done together for this monastery.
Yes, you've done excellent work. That's how you allowed two thieves like Umberto and Eladio to join our abbey and steal the treasures of the fathers before us. Envy, lust, and pride have grown within these walls, and you were incapable of recognizing the seeds of the devil that had taken possession of Thomas. Yes, you truly did your work well.
You have fallen out of favor, Segundo. The Imperial Guards shall attend to you.
As for you, Nazario, your work is done here too.
But the devil?
Nothing remains to be clarified. The man who requested the help of the Holy Inquisition is one of the culprits. A justified reason for your presence here no longer exists. I'm sure it will be of greater use elsewhere. Do not be blinded when you seek the devil in another's house, and watch out that he doesn't enter yours.
You'll hear from me, Leonardo. And it won't be pleasant news. Believe me.
I believe you.
Get going.
Thank you very much, Leonardo. Without your wisdom, we would never have found out the truth.
I regret that they had to be such terrible truths, Father.
Will you tell us someday how you managed to escape from being burnt at the stake?
I've already told you. It was with God's help.
I'm not familiar with Nazario in your past, but I fear that your future with him is probably going to look rather dark. Take care of yourself.
Don't trouble yourself. I will.
Master?
Bruno. The time has come for us to part. We've come all this way together.
I...
Learn as much as you can. When you've become a great monk, I'll come back and give you the 40 lashes of the whip I still owe you.
I'm going to miss you, Master. Where are you off to now?
I think it's time to return to the Emperor's court. It may turn out to be dangerous, but there's a time when I must face my past. The events here have given me food for thought, and I think it was wrong to have gone away back then.
What do you mean by that?
Someone has to keep an eye on the Emperor's craving for power. What has happened here was merely a warning from our Lord. It pointed out to us what can happen if the Emperor fails to watch out and acts rashly.
Wise words, brother. Go in peace, and count on my support.
I'll do that. I'm going to speak with the brothers of my order and... oh, well, with the Empress too, if it's necessary.
I wish you luck. You'll need it.
And on the journey there, who knows? Perhaps I'll write my memoirs.
What?
Don't worry, Father. I don't think that anyone would read them.
Peace.
Peace, brothers.